Greetings, this is Slosh and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. I haven't been able to play overnight because I had family stuff to do, but I am back now and I am super excited. I thought one of the first things we might do is have a look at the auto pause options, because I've been talking about in the last few episodes and I thought it might be nice to actually check them out. So it looks to me you can pause when hidden objects are found, when weapons are ineffective, when you spot an enemy, and you can actually make the game stop your movement as well. You can make it automatically puts combat into slow mode based on the number of active enemies. That's kind of interesting. Merely engaged, stop party movement. So combat start is where it's been pausing at the moment. I don't think we need to pause it on everything, but we might check out what happens with the low health, low endurance, enemy spotted, stop party movement when you see them, if the weapon is ineffective, and if a hidden object is found. We may end up taking off the hidden object found because that could be quite irritating. Save the changes, yes. Right. Oh, I'm sliding. Did you see that? We aren't going to go into the temple, by the way, just yet, because I spoke to some of my friends who've been able to play throughout the day, and they went into that temple solo, and it wasn't very pretty. So we're going to take off slow mode. Who are you? The child. Let's talk to the child. Papa says the temple is cursed. Yes, it very well may be. Now, I thought what we really should do is check out some of these places around the place before we actually go in there. So I'm thinking we might go talk to Aloth. So we're going to go follow our friend here. I am slowly getting used to the controls with the mouse. Press tab to see if we can see anything. Talk to Aloth. Ooh, you see 4 people gathered by the door to the inn. Their raised voices and chopping gestures suggest an argument reaching its climax. The first figure raises his hands for calm. His face is partially obscured by a hood, but his height and stature suggest an elf.
I meant no offense. Let's put this matter to rest over a round, shall we? My treat.
Hoping to soothe our pride with a few Adira coppers, eh? We don't need your coin.
I'm going to say, what's going on? One of the other men points at the hooded elf. His eyes are red from drink, but his gaze is focused. Mocking us even while he shelters in our village just goes to show you what these fancy Adia manners are worth. We don't take to that kind of treatment, not from foreigners, especially not from Adrians.
Go on.
Adarians?
I'm itching for an excuse.
Okay.
Why, you're itching for the kindling touch of your sister, you cocksfeather!
I like this guy. I hope I end up being able to get him in my party.
Barrel-looking tongue out of your head.
Oh man, he's such a sarcastic bastard.
This is a misunderstanding. I didn't say whatever it is you think I said. We've nigh quarrel.
Is it that 2 different personalities going on in him?
You're wrong.
I'm going to say, I don't think attacking him is such a good idea. So the angry townsman, the 3 drunks scowl at you, and why is that? So we don't have perception 13 or intellect 14, we do have might 13, so I can say, because then you'll have to deal with me. They look at each other. One of the men gives the other 2 a warning shake of his head before turning to you. We're done for now, but this one better watch his step around here, because we're not going anywhere. With a final scowl at the elf, he turns to leave. Interesting. As the 3 stumble away, the elf turns to you, the tension almost gone from his smooth face.
Not quite how I hoped to get to know the neighbors. Thank you for your timely assistance with that awkward situation.
Now, I'm a slave. I was a slave. I'm a monk, but I'm a slave. I punch things real hard and stuff, but I don't think... I'd say actually that was fun.
I can't imagine you lack for entertainment in these parts.
I swear he spoke with a different voice when he was being mean. He straightens his hood and you notice the remains of fraying embroidery on his gloves. His boots are caked with the dirt of many months' travel, but the leatherwork beneath is sturdy and fine.
I suppose introductions are in order after that little fiasco. Aloth Corvusser, at your service.
Cool, well, tell me about yourself, elf.
I'm a wizard by training, and an adventurer by necessity. I was born in the Seathwood, part of the mainland of the Adir Empire, and both of my parents served the nobility, which afforded me an education for which I am grateful. However, there were no open positions in those houses, and so I decided to seek new means in a new land.
Seems reasonable and fair.
And how exactly did you come to be here?
Well, I was travelling with a caravan, and We were separated near some ruins.
Listen, ruins. Well, those can be dangerous places during the best of times, which these are not. In half the locals would arrest you for trespassing, and the rest would kill you outright. I'm curious. What exactly did you find there?
I'm going to say a beerwick.
And you survived? I've heard such a thing was impossible. But it seems you either have a knack for timing or the favor of the gods.
So just how did you manage to cross those 3 drums?
I'm afraid that was a matter of misunderstandings and mistranslations. It doesn't help that people in these parts remember their war with Adir like it was yesterday.
Well, you did tell that one man to go fuck his sister. That. He clears his throat and adjusts his sleeves. As I tried to tell them, they misheard me. It happens all too easily after a few pints, and the accent doesn't help. I heard the same thing. For just a moment, he looks as if he's about to say something else. His expression brightens with mischief before he can speak. He forces a tight smile, biting his lips so hard you expect to see blood. Finally, his face relaxes and he shakes his head. I should speak more clearly next time, my apologies. So, I reckon that was another personality coming through? That's the impression I'm getting. So what are you doing in Gilded Vale?
Excellent question. I came looking for fresh air and cheap land. Instead, the magistrate gave me directions to the inn and a story about the local lord's expectant wife. But I take it that's a familiar tale.
Yeah, we're not getting land either. And you? I've been experiencing strange things of late. I'm looking for an expert on souls.
Indeed. The local lord has searched far and wide for similar specialists. He has rid himself of them almost as desperately.
He nods at the gnarled old tree at the centre of town. The tree with all those dead people in it. The lynching tree. His darting glance takes in the tumble-down buildings and the fallow rock-strewn fields. I expect that such expertise would be best sought elsewhere. I'm going to say you don't look like a settler.
Pardon, but neither do you. Yet, circumstances can find a person in the strangest of places.
That is very true, Alof.
As should I, given recent events. It's just as well. I've had enough of the watered wine and lumpy beds at the inn. They say even the owner tired of the place. Just up and left one day. It explains quite a lot about the upkeep. Perhaps I could join you. I could use a change of scenery, and I find it's better to travel in numbers.
After everything that's happened in the last little while, I'm going to say, so do I, man. Let's
Excellent.
go.
I shall follow.
Okay, let's have a look at him.
Yes?
Okay, let's have a look and see what he has got. His inventory. He has Aloth's leather armor, which has the properties overseeing. What is that? I was wondering why there was no sound in the background because I'd pause it. That was a bit interesting. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at what he actually has. He has some level 1 spells. He does not know any level 2 spells yet. But he has Archimer's Dazzling Lights, which overwhelms anyone in the area with a brilliant and bewildering pyrotechnic display, decreasing their will and leaving them dazed. So that's good. Dazed reduces accuracy by 10, dexterity, perception, intellect by 2, and speed by 15. So that's cool. I'm pretty happy with that. Now we have a Fan of Flames, a Cone of Fire. Excellent. 7.13 meters. Not sure how far a meter is in this game, but we'll work it out. Sunless Grasp. Their hands become so cold as to freeze what they touch, does freeze damage. So that's a touch freeze. We have a Cone of Fire, and we have magic missiles. Awesome. And Wizard's Double, which creates a duplicate of the caster to distract enemies, granting the caster a high deflection bonus. So that's cool. Now, how do we pick what spells he's using? What's he got here? A Scepter. And the other one is a Rapier. So he's got a Rapier and a Scepter. He's got... That's the colour. Oh, we can change his colour if we want. That's cool. He's got his leather armour, and he's got Overseeing, which is times 1.1 the ability area effect. Okay, so that gets more. You can enchant stuff? We can enchant stuff. Okay, so... Oh, wow, we can do all this stuff. Burn-proofed. Okay, the crafting in this actually seems pretty damn cool. He's got a hood. That's it. If we go to our... stash, we can see we've actually got quite a bit of stuff in there now, which is cool. Is that how I do this? I do. Okay, cool. So, we'll just drag all this stuff over. We might actually sell some of that in a bit. That's cool. So we've got a mage now. Let's
Steady does it.
There is a window there. The windows are clouded with the haze of accumulated smoke and cooking grease. We'll have a look at that sign. So expand this a little bit again. I like to have a little bit more information. The Blackhound Inn. So let's head in. Actually, let's head both of us in. Pillars of Eternity has been made possible through the contributions of more than 77,000 fans. Okay, so people see us. Look over here. The floorboards are sticky with spills that no one has bothered to clean.
I shall be discreet.
Okay, so there's some villagers we could talk to down there. Let's give that a red hot crack. Good to see new faces around. Feels like the villagers get smaller by the day. We can have a look there. Some kind of brown slop is congealing in these dishes. It smells burnt. I'm going to take that stuff. Let's have a look at the map and see how big it is. So we do have an upstairs. That's an all-in server. I just carry the dishes. You wanted to Pasca at the counter there. Okay. So we have drunkards and villagers. I don't know what this is up here. But let's have a look at this. I don't know what it is. The table, we can just take stuff off the table. Development of a Crucible Knight, Part 2, Senior Ranks. Okay. So there's a lot of information there. We might have a little bit of a read of that later. We have a Scroll of Fan of Flames. Awesome. I kind of feel like that should be stealing, right? Okay, let's talk to these dudes. They've got yellow around their name. I think that means they're special. Ooh. As you near, you feel a vibrant history contained in the essence of this man's soul. Voices from its past seem to call out to you. I'm going to reach out for it. You see a group of young men standing around a makeshift practice target. This man stands in the middle of them, explaining the construction and use of a bow. He holds it up, pointing out each part as he speaks about it and what it does. He then walks away from the target, telling them to remain where they are, and takes his place about 200 feet away. He carefully lines up his shot, explaining what he is doing as he does, and lets the arrow fly. It hits the target dead center, much to the surprise and delight of the boys near it. He smiles, walking toward the boys, talking about proper stance and how to most effectively hold a bow. A noise comes from the tree line near their practice venue, and he stops, scanning the woods, blue eyes squinting against the sun. A shadow moves, making its way through the forest behind them. He draws an arrow and lines up the shot, carefully tracking the motion of the hidden creature. Loosing the arrow, he wastes no time and quickly grabs another. The boys spin, watching the arrow fly into the forest, immediately lost among the trees. There is a sudden explosive movement in the undergrowth as a deer erupts from the tree line, running across the edge of the clearing. The boys laugh, turning to joke with the man about his lousy shot. They stop talking, seeing him hold the bow and leading the deer with a knocked arrow. They drop to the ground as he looses his last arrow, which flies true and strikes the deer right behind its shoulder, piercing heart and lungs and dropping it dead almost immediately. The boys stare at the deer for a few seconds and then slowly turn back to look at the man, newfound respect in their eyes. He smiles again and breathes a quiet sigh of relief. What the hell just happened then? That's all craziness. Wow, okay, so can we talk to him or what? Can I do it again? Okay, so it's the same thing. So I guess I can't talk to him. Okay, it's gonna happen from him too. Let's see what this one says. It says Selena Vertivo. You see a woman emptying her satchel onto her bed, taking stock of her inventory. Potions, bandages, tinctures and herbs are scattered throughout her room haphazardly. She bites her lip, head tilted to the side, considering. She begins to repack one item after the other, careful deliberation undercut by shaking hands. Each item has a clearly marked place, but no matter how she repacks it, she isn't satisfied. The shaking worsens as she empties it out once more, one hand held to her mouth, tears eke from her eyes as she gives up all semblance of order and shoves everything she can in the satchel, grabbing it and running out of the bare house. Straightening her back, she walks to the docks, chin high, eyes hard and red. A gangly young elf offers his condolences, but she can't see him for the ocean ahead of her. She wanders the docks, offering her services as a doctor to any who will listen. Anyone heading out on high tide. Less than an hour later, she watches her childhood disappear into the distance, a tiny speck of an island, and tries not to jump. What is going on here? Those are not cool people. I'm wondering if the yellow means that we can see their soul or something, but that's, yeah, wow. Or we can go back there, can we? Let's go back there. Are we allowed back here? Seems that we're just allowed to walk wherever we want. Spoons hang by the fire, coated in brownish gunk.
Keeping quiet.
Okay, so we're walking around. Can't see any hidden stuff, so that's okay. We'll stop snaking. Let's talk to Pasca and see what happens
Well
there.
met, friend.
Oh, greetings and welcome to the Blackhound Inn. The innkeeper bows her head curtly. Please sit where you like. Would you like a drink or a room? We have 2 available at the moment. I'm afraid we can't offer much by way of a good meal today, unless you're fond of cold porridge. I mean, do I have enough money for a room? I'd like a room, please. Of course, we keep them nice and tidy. We can rest in the copper room for 0 copper. Inns allow characters to rest without using camping supplies. Cheap rooms are usually available, but if you have copper to spend, you may consider the more expensive option. The bonuses they provide last for a long time and affect the entire party, so that'll give bonuses there. We may as well rest there for free. Ooh. I guess those are the Pillars of Eternity, hey? Your sleep is restless and fevered, assaulted by hisses and whispers, blanketed with a suffocating anxiety. You open your eyes to awaken and find yourself in front of Gilded Vale's gallows trees, the creaking of its ropes growing louder in your mind until the sound is deafening. Hanging from the tree is an old dwarf woman whose face is shriveled inward like mouldering fruit. Her head hangs limply to one side. As you look at her, she looms larger and larger in your mind until she is mere inches from your face. Suddenly her head snaps up and her eyes open, and they are empty. And behind them is a vast nothingness that makes your stomach drop. Her mouth slowly parts, and with a gust of rancid air she speaks a word. Watcher. You jolt awake, the foul smell of the dwarf woman's breath still permeating your nostrils. Sweat runs down your face in thick droplets and your skin is soaked from head to toe. You remember the woman. You remember seeing her decaying face when you spoke with the magistrate. He called her an animancer. Though it fills you with a new queasy apprehension, you feel a strange compulsion to see this woman once more, if only to confirm she is truly dead. Okay, so we're seeking help for our condition still. We need to find the dwarf woman from the dwarf woman from the dream. Let's talk to this dude again. This chick, sorry. I would like some reliable help. Well, I wouldn't say I can speak from experience, but we do have certain sorts coming by looking for work from time to time. If you want to hire someone on, I'd be happy to send them your way. Let's see who we have to work with. You do not have enough money to recruit him. Oh, look, okay, so if we go back here, cancel. We've got this is the available rooms. This is adventurers that we can recruit. You can see what your allies are up to. If you assign them to adventures, you can see how long it will take for them to complete their assignment. Recalling a companion from an adventure or adventurer from a mission before it's completed will forfeit all the potential rewards for that assignment. So I guess you can send them out to do stuff while you're doing other things if you don't need to take them all with you. There are no companions to hire here, but there are adventurers that we can hire. Can we sell stuff? Like, is it possible to sell stuff to the... Okay, so... This is cool. We're going to have a lot of stuff to sell. Most of this stuff, I reckon... I might keep... Nah, we'll get rid of all of it. We don't need any of this stuff, it's fine. That's all of the weapons we've got. We don't need any of this armor. I'm glad we brought it all though, but we certainly don't need it because people seem to be coming with their own armor anyway. And we'll sell the helmet. We'll keep the lockpicks and the wolf hides, and we'll keep all the crafting stuff. But we will sell that as well, I might keep the grain, get rid of the hatchet, get rid of the small shield. And I think we'll keep all the rest of the stuff, actually. We'll get rid of that. It's going to give us 410. That's pretty cool. Let's hire this adventurer. So for 250 copper, we got an adventurer. Let's see what that actually does. Oh! Can we pick? Okay. So, are we going to get to make another character? Is that what's happening? Or it has to be a fighter? They have to be a fighter, okay. Oh, what should we make? Dwarf, dexterity, constitution. I'd like to have another Owl with me, actually. So, oh wow, that's so cool. Arm to the teeth, all island Owl gain an additional weapon set. Let's go with that one, hey? Oh, we can change it. Okay. What should we take? I kind of feel like it would be good to have a ranged class so they can do stuff from a distance. But rangers they would like more dexterity though. So let's go with a barbarian. Yeah, let's have a barbarian. I like that because look at that. She looks awesome. Okay, so we're going to barbarian abilities. We can have frenzy, which is sends the barbarian into a frenzied state, granting a might, constitution, and attack speed bonus, but causing deflection penalty. So we get hit more, but we hit for a lot more, and barbaric yell frightens enemies. I'm going to go with that one. Frenzy. Now, here we go. Let's go. Might 16. There we go. Constitution that. Actually, let's take Constitution down there and put Dexterity up. Yep. I'm pretty happy with that. 18 Might, 16 Constitution, 13 Dexterity. Pretty happy with that. Now, these are the... where you are from, the culture. We are going to go with the Living Lands, which is going to give an extra might, so they're going to have 19. The Living Lands are the mountainous region of a large northern island renowned for its diversity of plant and animal life. The weather is unpredictable and its ecosystems vary dramatically from valley to valley. The Living Lands are home to an assortment of races in a variety of colonial and independent settlements. Awesome. Now, we are going to make this one be a explorer. I kind of want this one to have athletics and mechanics. So this is a labourer. Your life has been spent in the study of your craft. You trained and prepared, hoping to hone your skills and play your trade. So do we get to pick a name? Okay, so we'll do that. No facial hair. Let's have a look at the different types of hair we can have. This is awesome. I really didn't expect to be ending up making another character. I didn't think that was how it was going to work. I think it may be that one. And the colours will go with red and black. And skin can be blue and hair can be red like that. Yeah, I like that. Unfortunately, there's not a lot to pick from here, so we're going to have to kind of go with that one. That seems to be the most appropriate, doesn't it? Ooh.
Eh? I've got this.
Steady does it.
Yes. I shall lead us. Let's go.
My eyes are peeled.
Follow me. Let's go.
Time to see and not be seen.
I like feisty. Okay, so this one, let's see, what name should we give her? What would be a good name? Well, we've got me, so we should probably do this, hey? Just go with that. No, I can't do that. Just doesn't feel right. What could we call her? What's a good name from a book that I'm thinking of? What's a good name? I got to do it. I know I feel bad about this, but we got to have Lips McGee back. I miss Lips from my Wasteland 2 playthrough, so we got to do that. Lips McGee is level 1 barbarian. I dig it. I did not know we were going to be able to create more characters ourselves. That is awesome. So let's have a look at her and see what she's got. Have a look at her inventory. Let's see what we get. She starts with scale armor, a great sword. So she has 3 weapon sets, which is pretty cool. We did just sell everything, but that's okay. We'll give her some lockpicks just so she can carry them. She can carry the wolf hides, the grain. We'll chuck in there. Tattered journal we'll chuck in there. Ale we'll chuck in there. Cloak of the Obsidian Order. She can wear that for some reason. We'll keep the beer on him. Chuck the pet into the thing there, and the milk too. So we've got a fair bit of stuff there. I'm pretty excited about being able to build more characters. I really didn't know that was something that you would do. So if we talk to this dude again.
Hail and well met.
So let's see what we have for sale. So we can buy this stuff, but we literally just spent a lot of our money getting there. And we could actually hire another one if we sold some more stuff. So we've got 231. Is there anything we can sell? Oh, that's only going to get that. That's crazy. 0 copper points. We can't sell that for anything. The clubs would go for a little bit. The wolf hides would actually probably go 420. There you go. That's actually given us 250. So we should probably make another one, hey? Let's hire some help. We get to make another one. So what we'll do is we'll finish making this person, and then we'll probably end the episode there. So we've got a monk who's an up front. We have a mage who's ranged. We've got touch spells, and also got cone spells, and we've got a barbarian who's up front. So I'm kind of thinking that what we should do is I'm just going to go up here. I'm going to skip through this stuff because I just want to see what classes we actually do have. We've got a priest. I kind of would like to have a healer. We don't have a rogue though. That is going to be a bit of a problem. We've got the chanters. We've got the druids. A druid might be fun to have as well, but I do feel like we might need healers. Like we might need a healer. So a paladin can heal, I assume, but I think at this point, because we're about to go somewhere where it's going to hurt us, I think what would be the best is to make a priest. Now, for priests, if I just go through, so we see it, might and intellect are the two things that priests seem to want. So we'll go all the way back. And might and intelligence. So we could make a godlike. I'd kind of like to have a godlike person with us. And the feeling, the idea of having a godlike priest is pretty funny to me. Yeah, we're doing it. We're making a godlike. And we can have a death godlike. Death's Usher. When death godlike attack an enemy with 25% less endurance, their damage is increased. Moon is every encounter when reduced below 75, 50, and 25% endurance. They generate waves of healing moonlight. It's a priest. Got to go that one, hey? That makes perfect sense to me. Oh, we can pick body types. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the way to go. Look at that. Okay, we'll go a priest. Definitely. So we've got a moon. Oh, this is awesome. So this doesn't seem to be... Oh, it's the priest deity. Okay. We want to have a disposition of... We don't want to be deceptive and cruel, aggressive and clever, benevolent and honest. Aethys. This is the one. I think that's the temple we're going into, so that makes perfect sense. I think we should do that. So we want intellect high. So we'll just do this to see, to start with. I'm kind of thinking 14 might. Oh, plus it's healing as well. Look, 12% damage and healing. So if we have 16 might, 12 dexterity, resolve. Resolve's probably a good thing to have as well, actually. We'll put intellect down. We'll put that to 17, put that to 14. I'm okay with all of that. I know I'm probably not designing this the best ever, but we are learning as we go. Now, I would like one that actually put up my intellect or my resolve. I would like to put up our resolve. So that is the exact ixamittal planes. Sounds like an axolotl, you know, those fish that kind of breathe in the air sometimes. The ixamittal culture is one of the oldest in the world, although one of the least imperialistic, having spread out little over the past several thousand years. We're going to take that for sure. His background is going to be... I kind of want law +2. Now, he's a philosopher. You're at home most inside your own head, analysing the nature of the world and its inhabitants. Definitely. Now, you can only pick 3 different heads. One horn. Nah, not that one. Not that one. Actually, I like that one. It kind of reminds me of Dr. Manhattan. So we're going to go... I want that colour, and secondary colour, I kind of want to be red. I like that. I like that a lot. We're going to go with... We're going to go with this one. This one. No. Kind of that one. That one's the one. I like this one. Little moon on his face, kind of looks like him. Probably male noble would be the best one for this one.
Leading the way.
The better part of valor.
Or Mystic.
I shall lead us. Let us end this. Sharp eyes and keen ears.
Nah, Noble. Noble's the way to go. Now, this dude, I know this is gonna... what is he? He is a moon godlike. So he'd probably like the moon. So I'm going to call him Tidal Johnson for some reason. His name's going to be Tidal Johnson. That's right. Tidal Johnson. Done. Well, there you go, guys. I didn't realise you're actually going to get to create the characters yourselves as you go along. That is such a cool thing. I thought it was going to be like Baldur's Gate, I think it was, or Icewind Dale, where you just pick people up along the way. You don't get to kind of create them. That is really, really cool. I'm super stoked about that. So we're going to leave this one here. We've gone a little bit over, but we were making characters and that was pretty cool. So, as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Any hints or suggestions or comments, please do leave them down below. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. I'll see you guys next time.